But can we talk about what went wrong in the election for the Democrats?
Well, the Democrats, a few different things. They to be fair, she had a limited time. Well, all right, here's the first thing that went wrong. All right, here's the first thing that went wrong. They weren't with Joe Biden. Joe Biden is not mentally stable. No disrespect to anybody that's elder. Look, I have 3 grandparents that had Alzheimer's disease, so I'm very sensitive to people that have cognitive disorders.
Yep.
Right? I'm not elderly shaming, but I have a litmus test. If you don't feel comfortable with somebody watching your kid, I don't feel comfortable with them running the country. Right?
Got you.
For a variety of different reasons. Joe Biden was not mentally capable of taking care of somebody's child, let alone running a country, right? They tried to hide it. They tried to sweep it under the rug, and
Impossible.
It came back. Well, the first thing that they did was sabotage her early. Let's just be honest. Now we can be honest because it's over. So they tried to sabotage her early. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a show called Blackout.
Yeah.
We're able to give you unfiltered, uncut. This is the
insights.
Real. It's not debatable. This is actual facts. They sabotaged her early, even from the way that she was dressing to her messaging. They did this early.
You mean when she was VP?
Yes.
Oh, your hands was tied behind her back the entire time.
Because they thought that she was going to be a threat to him. So they minimized her voice and her profile early, which ended up backfiring when they actually needed her, because then she had to make up so much ground because she had a lot of people that didn't like her from the previous 3 years of the administration, but that's their own fault. See, there's political infighting that happens. That's what people don't fully understand either.
Especially on the Democratic side, it is. Woo, go ahead.
It's like BMF. Like, you might have Southwest T's crew, you got Big Me's crew,
you got Blue Da Vinci.
They don't always see eye to eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got Joe Biden's crew, you got Kamala's crew, there's different crews.
You got Barack,
inside.
You got Hillary. Yep.
That's a fact. Barack, you got his crew. That's the first mistake that they made. The second mistake that they made was not identifying who they actually needed to win, right? They kept the strategy of white women with this abortion was their number one thing. Reproductive rights. That was their number one thing that they was going with.
Mistake.
Guess what? It didn't work. It didn't work. They damn near lost the majority of white women. I think they won like 53%, something like that. Like, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And that's what they pushed for 6 months. They pushed abortion and they pushed all kinds of other shit. The Republicans pushed a few things: immigration, closed borders. They pushed the economy, inflation. They keep saying the same thing over and over again. Are you better now than you was 4 years ago? This is a psychological play. You keep asking the person the same thing over and over again, they're gonna be like, no. And then once enough people say no, it's just, you don't even, no, I'm not better. Not better. They don't really think, are you better? Maybe, but no. So that's extremely intelligent that they've done. And they micro target to their demographic. Democrats lost the Latino vote. We're gonna talk about that later. I mean, that's
finito. Is it? That shit should have been obvious as hell.
Well,
and the bigger issue is like and I said this at a party and I got criticized. I hope you hear me now. You need to listen to people that are more connected to people than you and are not inside of a bubble. The real race, and I said this on Stock Club Call, but the real race in this election was progressiveness versus us not losing our fucking country. I asked Jamel Hill. I know black people don't vote as a monolith, but do racists vote as one? Racism had the same talking points and tone across the world. When you keep pushing the message, hey, Donald Trump is a fascist, Donald Trump is a racist, there's a sect of people who like that. And the message, to be honest, was not strong enough. Like, even us, if we're going to be honest, you couldn't name, and this is a great leadership lesson, whenever you're trying to get somebody to do something for you, the benefit has to be higher than the alternative, especially if you're black. That's the first thing. Like, I scream all the time, if I made you money, please put yes in chat. That's for a reason. Because y'all are, well, what you think about this analyst? The analyst, they made you what I fucking made you. But if you're black, man, you're going to have to be 4 or 5 times better. And if you're a black woman, much harder fight to win. And then on top of that, I'm going to be real. The country is in such unrest financially. It was going to be really hard for her to lose. But going back to the point you made earlier, her hands was tied behind her back. She only had, people say she had a year to plan. She had a year to plan. And they dropped the fucking ball. Not doing Rogan, mistake. Not going to InvestFest, mistake. Not paying Taylor Swift what she wanted.
They played it too safe. They played it too safe, and they got to stop. Their black playbook has to expand. Their black playbook has been the same for 40 years. You go to the church, you go to the Divine Nine.
Yep.
You do HBCUs.
Yep.
You go to Essence, and that's your black playbook, right? But there's people that never been to college. They don't care about the Divine Nine. No disrespect, but I'm just saying that doesn't resonate with them. There's people that don't go to church. Like, you know what I mean? There's people that's just struggling, trying to figure it out.
Yep.
Those people matter too. So you gotta target different demographics, and you gotta be a little bit more scripted. They played it way too safe for her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that he did. He was going to streamers. He would go anywhere. Donald Trump,
his media campaign the last 40 days was better than hers.
He would have came to InvestFest. We'll tell the story. We'll tell the story later.
One day, yeah.
We'll tell the story one day. One day we'll tell this story.
Yep. And Moore says she went to several podcasts. She missed Rogan. She told Rogan to come to where she was and only be an hour, and she was invited to be there first. Like, when you're fighting for leadership position or fighting for your brand, it's a great lesson. Whatever you think you need to do to win, you need to do 3 to 5 times more to get the same level playing field. There is no safety in life. You're either going to be aggressive and win, or you're going to play it safe and lose. There's no in between.